Dropping this week on FactSlap, Europol issue floral arrest warrant for multiple paintball teams. Delays as new UK border checks for markers implemented. Universal exports still being idiots abroad. It's time for some hard facts. Prepare yourselves. Waarom? We start with domestic security news. An arrest warrant has been issued for members of Team North, following what officials are calling a sustained campaign of environmental destruction after last year's North versus South event. Our environmental correspondent Rod Gobble is on the scene.
Yes, thank you. I'm here in the Midlands countryside. Behind me seems to be a normal forest, but just over the brow of the hill, this fades into a barren, stripped field. The cause dates back to the opening night of last year's North versus South event, when a covert mission was introduced into the field. Players were instructed to collect daisies and dandelions, with each flower contributing to their team's score. Team North responded quickly, and within hours had gathered what witnesses describe as a substantial bouquet. They then returned to base and handed it in, before being informed that the mission was not real. Team South's propaganda unit, Universal Exports, had set an expert trap, and they'd fallen for it.
But this was many months ago. What happened next?
This is where it gets interesting. The behavior appears to have continued. Following their victory at North versus South, Team North allegedly resumed activity in the surrounding woodland. Officials report that large areas of vegetation have since been stripped of greenery, with it now resembling a barren wasteland.
Do we know why they're doing this?
Current theories suggest a deep ideological hostility toward woodland environments. Investigators believe the vegetation may have reminded them of salad. This is backed up by several reports of feral northerners deep-frying the local wildlife in bizarre rituals.
How did Europol get involved in this?
The incident has sparked protests from a number of high-profile environmental voices over the globe. Dedicated school dodger Greta Thunberg initially started protests and was quickly joined by conservation groups. Gardening legend Charlie Dimmock brought this into the mainstream with a prominent public campaign. However, it was Pope Leo XIV who really pushed this to the limit. He excommunicated several of the northern team, in particular calling General Allende a wrongun at a mass last week. Reports that the Pope sent northern propaganda minister El Gato a turd in the post have been firmly denied by the Vatican. It finally reached boiling point when Europol issued multiple arrest warrants.
What's the latest on these protests?
Things are moving very quickly. Greta has chained herself to a Greggs in Doncaster, hugely affecting the local economy. Charlie Dimmock has been running a guerrilla gardening campaign in attempting to reseed wildlife into the North versus South area. Pope Leo has sent the Vatican warship, named Thoughts and Prayers, to raise the city of Hull. It's a very fluid situation. When I hear more, you'll be the first to know.
A shocking update there, Rod. Great work as usual. In international regulatory news, the United Kingdom has announced a new compliance standard for traveling paintball players, known as the G stamp. The move mirrors Germany's long-standing F stamp system, which certifies markers as legally compliant. But British officials say the G stamp goes further. Our ballistics correspondent Flangwini Moisture reports from Folkestone.
Travelers heading between the UK and Europe will already be familiar with the new ETIAS and ETA entry systems now being rolled out at borders across the region. But what's received far less attention is an additional requirement affecting paintball players, the G stamp. Under the new system, UK players travelling from Europe will be required to present a valid G stamp at designated border inspection zones.
I see. And how will that work in practice?
These checks will sit alongside standard passport control as part of a wider compliance process for transporting paintball equipment across borders. Players will have to disembark and visit chrono stations where their markers will be tested.
Chrono at the border. Does that not cause delays?
Customs has set up several areas to process paintballers. These clearly labelled areas are called G-spots.
So, are paintballers finding the G-spot?
They are having significant difficulty. Authorities have been quick to reassure players, saying the key is to remain calm and not rush the process. Clear communication is important. If you're unsure, it can help to ask passport control for feedback.
This sounds like an embarrassing issue. Are there delays?
Yes, at present, almost 0 paintballers have successfully located a G-spot, even when given clear instructions. In many cases, border staff have had to step in and complete the process manually.
Right. Is it really that hard to find?
Personally, I found it in a few seconds. But this isn't about a normal member of the public. This is about paintballers. Back to you in the studio. Besitos.
Fact Shield, protecting you from fake news by surrounding you with facts.
In international defense news, there's been an update on NATO's mission, Operation Dyslexic Fury. Reports are that UE's crack paintball force have attempted a second deployment. Bella Hinterhaus has the latest.
I've been tracking Universal exports since their ill-fated initial deployment. As you may recall, they were scheduled to deploy to Iran with NATO forces. However, in a now all too familiar admin error, they instead deployed to the French town of Irancy. Despite securing the perimeter and consuming what officials described as a heroic volume of wine, the unit was recalled. They quickly regrouped and made plans to return to their original objective.
So, they're now in the Middle East?
Unfortunately not. The extended mission, now officially referred to as Operation Ongoing Dyslexic Fury, has once again failed to reach Iran. Universal exports arrived in Milan last week via EasyJet. Local reports suggest the unit has fully integrated into the area, once again securing vital resources for a long military campaign. They've been seen consuming large quantities of polenta and cannoli, described by one source as enough to feed a horse. They are also aggressively patrolling the area, establishing forward operating bases in La Bottiga beer room and Bobino's nightclub. They are currently believed to be on a high-risk incursion inside the San Siro, watching AC Milan. Witnesses describe the situation as brutal, with troops reportedly having an absolute skinful.
How are NATO handling this situation?
There is no decision as of yet. For now, Universal exports remain in Milan, awaiting further instructions. And the next round. Back to you, Milka.
Thanks, Bella. We will follow this story with interest. Hopefully, Universal exports actually make it to a game this year, but it seems unlikely.
Hydroclop.
And now the weather with our correspondent Gert Croissant.
Spring is here, but more showers expected across the country, with occasional disruption from Russian nuclear submarines cutting your internet. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Gert. Always good to hear from you.
Future facts.
That's all for now, but stay tuned. Coming on the next episode of FactSlap. Legal shenanigans as Mayhem Paintball sued after unauthorized K-pop Demon Hunters themed weekend. American megatool J.D. Vance to visit Team North in diplomatic mission. And the Artemis II successfully recovers pods and magazines lost during NASA's Apollo 11 scenario event. As always, I'm Milka Plenty. This was FactSlap. We report, you comply.